Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. Kind of scary for Chicagoans because every Chicagoan has this panic once a day. It only happens once a day, but it's a panic moment once they realize this. And if that helps enough, Kenzie, to take a guess on this one. So it's once a day, and it's major, terrifying panic that will sometimes make you go home. If you're at work or you're out somewhere, you might just turn around and go home and say, I can't. I gotta get out of here.
If my phone alarm goes off, whether it's what wakes me up in the morning or sometimes like I set an alarm for things as a reminder later in the day, it just immediately makes me not feel good.
An alarm meaning the wake-up alarm or something to go?
Yeah, the wake-up alarm, but you know how sometimes you set an alarm for like other things? Like don't forget to do this, so you like set an alarm on your phone?
Sure.
Like the first time I started taking pill birth control, I had an alarm on my phone. Very important.
Okay, sounds good.
But
Sounds important.
Anytime like my phone alarm goes off, it just makes me not feel good because it's usually just a reminder that you're going to use a form of work. It's not like my phone alarm went off, it's time for vacation. Like you just associate it with stuff you have to do that usually is like, oh boy.
What alarm do you use, by the way? The same alarm for everything? Or do you change the sounds? Do you use the one that goes like, that one?
I don't. I feel like it's like.
Wait, what is it?
I feel like it's like that.
I think we're doing the same alarm.
No, you're not.
Mine's a.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Case? Why are you looking at me like that?
No, Kenzie, what's your alarm?
That
sounds like a mariachi band now.
Hey.
What's your alarm, Case?
I use the same one Kenzie uses.
Yeah, you're doing what I'm doing.
I know.
It's not.
He's like a cat.
Wait, where's the sounds on the phone? General.
Are you allowed to play an alarm sound like that?
I think so.
Okay.
It's
not
not
like a siren,
Yeah, we
which
can't-
I got in trouble for once.
I know.
Yeah,
Case that I had to review that.
Let's see.
Hey, guess what you can get fined for?
Who knew?
Let's see.
Now I do.
Is it in the control center? Let's see settings.
What are you looking for? Where are
Control
you
center
at?
in a spaceship.
Where did you go?
I'm looking for sounds in the settings.
Oh, God.
Where's the sounds at?
Okay, hold on. Let me find something.
Because there used to be, I got an iPhone 16, they changed
Sounds
it.
and haptics. I don't know what that means.
Can't you just go to an alarm and set off the
Ringtone.
alarm?
Mine is called reflection. Hold on. This is default. I have reflection.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
That's the one you were doing. You do it now, how it sounds in your mouth.
This is like that.
See, that one's nice. Mine is the.
Well, why'd you set it like that? Because this is the default one, so you set it to something worse, like optionally.
Because I was afraid I wouldn't wake up at 3 in the morning. I found it. Okay, I found it. So.
What's it called?
What is it?
You sure? Is it classic?
No.
What's
How can I
classic?
play it?
I don't know. I don't know where you're at. I've never seen that screen before.
Let me see if this one does it.
That was scary. This actually plays like an alarm. I thought alarm was like classic. It was alarm like siren. That's yours when you go to a dance party?
I want to make sure I wake up. Oh, that's yours. Okay.
That's mine.
That's not what I use.
Can I play mine? Mine's called Radar. Can I play that real
Yeah,
quick?
do
So we
that.
don't have the same one.
No, we don't.
I guess not. This is mine. Hold on.
What do you got? Can you do it? Do it again.
Oh, why is it? Oh, God, this makes me feel stupid.
God,
now. Hold
Gen
on.
Zs are stupid. I thought you guys knew
Hold on.
technology.
You help your
Hold on.
phone.
Here we go.
Why is yours so quiet?
That's the one I do.
I feel like yours is way more quiet than mine was. What do you?
Well, I think that's you. You live a loud life.
Mine's-
Wait, so we have the same one, Case.
So mine was called Radar.
I don't even see radar. Ringtone. Mine says.
Radar.
Is it radial?
See, that's
No.
different than mine.
Is
That's
that the
what
one you use?
That's the one I use.
If you go under classic, there's an arrow, and then there's like 800 more. That's the problem. There's duck.
So I mean, mine's actually radial.
Mm.
Radial.
Oh, here's radar.
Yeah,
What-
Kenzie, you play it.
Wait, what's scavenger?
That's radar.
That's it. That's annoying.
Oh, that's what you use. You have radar.
I
Yeah.
use the annoying one. You don't like my alarm?
No, I use that too. I don't know why mine's on radial.
Oh.
What's scavenger?
There's duck. You can wake up to that.
Wait,
Why don't I spend more time on this?
Wait,
Sprinkles.
Wait, yours is duck? That's duck?
Yeah, I have duck.
Hit it again. Put it by the mic.
Okay, hold on. Hey, okay.
Wait, I want duck for everything. Where's duck?
Okay, so what you have to do is you go to the bottom and go to classic, hit on classic, the whole other list.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna change everything. I'm changing everything to duck.
No, I can't wait till you don't wake up because you had duck on and you just thought there was animals outside. There's gonna be no show tomorrow.
Oh,
Change it to duck.
Oh my God. Everybody change everything to duck, so that's how you know we're part of the us.
Imagine
Sorry, I'm
having
getting a business call.
Imagine having an Android right now. That would suck.
Oh God, does Android have duck?
We gotta know. We gotta find out.
Okay. Sorry that sidetrack, but in 3 minutes we'll tell you the one thing Chicagoans panic about every day, once a day. Monstrous panic. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Enjoy the cranberries. Quack.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I just want to say that, we podcast this show later on. You can listen to it, and I'm not going to repeat what happened before the cranberries there. You just have to go back to the podcast, and we're just going to say you're welcome, okay, for that break we just did before that. Although a lot of Android users texting in and saying, sorry, no duck for us, but then you said there's conflicting reports case that some Androids do have duck for their ringtone?
I'm seeing some Android users saying, yes, we have duck, and some saying, no, we don't have duck. And I can't explain it any further than that. If you joined us during that last song, I apologize. But I'm getting mixed signals from the Android users because, like always, they can't get on the same page.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's very confusing.
Just this this two-party system, It's iPhones and Androids. This is why all the fight and the hate goes out there.
That's right.
Brian's always rooted for a dictatorship when it comes to the phone.
Yeah.
Always.
So the question I threw out there is a fact today that makes your brain go, that Chicagoans have a panic, not necessarily a panic attack, but almost, very close to it every day. And it's usually once a day, and it can make you even have to go home. And Kenzie first guessed her phone alarms going off, which led us on that path to our rings. Case didn't get the guess because we started just too much on that. So sorry I didn't get a guess today, Case. The answer is...
I'm still not going to guess. Got it. Okay, go
no,
ahead.
okay,
No, go ahead.
Give it a guess.
No, he's done.
He's going to Vegas tomorrow, so he's all ready to go. I didn't want to delay your trip by asking you a question.
No, I thought I'd participate. It's fine. Go ahead. Give me the facts.
Take a guess real quick. Take a guess.
I just assume that we all remember that we have a finite amount of time on Earth and that we're all going to die at some point, and it stops us dead in our tracks, and then we have to reanalyze the way that we live our life. I assume everybody does that.
I told you to just move on.
I know I should have, because now I'm depressed.
I know, but I was watching Deadliest Catch last night, and I was watching a scene where a boat almost capsized, and it made me go like, oh my God, our time on Earth is so precious. It is so limited. Let me watch another episode of Deadliest Catch real quick.
That's what you thought, huh?
That's what I thought.
I thought we should change all
Don't
our...
you have a girlfriend you could have spent time with?
She was out of town.
Oh, okay.
She comes back today. She's been gone for a week.
But you leave tomorrow.
I know.
No.
Well, at least our ringtones are all duck, so we can all get along. When she texts you, we text her from Vegas, it'll all be okay.
Yeah, my duck will go off.
Quack. It's a case playing blackjack. All right, so the fact is actually this, that every day in Chicago, people have a panic attack once a day. And it's related to a little bit what Kenzie said about alarms on the phone, but it wasn't alarms. But the average Chicagoan starts to panic when the phone battery life drops to 38%. That's today's fact. That's it. And I got to say, again, not trying to be rich ass over here, but just got an iPhone 16 a couple weeks ago. Huh? After going from an 11, my phone was 5.5 years old, and I finally said, let's upgrade. And I got to tell you, it's been life-changing. The battery lasts for like 5 days. I haven't charged up since Saturday, when before, Case and Kenzie had to see me always bringing a cable in here and have to recharge up during the show because, on that social media, burning up the battery. But now... wow, a new phone does that. Now, I can relate. When it hits 38%, like let's say you're at Lollapalooza and it hits 38%, and instantly I've left Lollapalooza because my phone hit 38% before. I agree with this statement. I don't know if you guys are like that or not, Kenzie or Case, like when you get that point, or you just figure, my phone's going to go off and then whatever happens, happens. I'm a Gen Xer. I should just chill and let that happen, and we'll just figure it out later. I'll find you at the bar later. That's how we lived our life.
The older my phone gets, the more concerned I am about it because I think that when you have a new phone and it gets low, you have a lifetime left. When you have an old phone and hit 20%, you got about 4 minutes. Like it just crashes and burns.
I remember before the iPhone 11, I think I had a 6. So we're looking at, that's not that long ago. I guess it's 6 years ago. Before I got the 11, I had a 6 for many years.
So you're still talking like Obama's second term. That's how far back that phone goes. Just a completely different universe.
Holy cow.
I know.
That's like Abe Lincoln times. But I remember going out and taking those big extra chargers with me.
Yeah.
And then I had my phone plugged into the charger while I'm using it at like Lala.
Oh, what a bad look.
It's the worst look ever. And I know they still have those chargers and people still do it, but I think they're more wireless now, most of those chargers.
And smaller and slimmer.
Yeah, they used to be kind of like the size of like 2 lighters. Let's say 2 Bic lighters. And you put that thing in your pocket and that's sticking out. Then your phone's sticking out. Then the cable's hanging out to your phone. Good Lord. Think about how we live now compared to those days. And that wasn't that long ago for me, actually. But maybe other people out there still like charging their phone with a cable. Man, see where we are? It's a wonderful time. So 38%, your phone gets to that. Most of Chicago panics at that point. I don't know. Again, I'd like to just be the kind of person that can let it just go off and I'm cool. I used to be that person. You know, no one gets a hold of me. I don't care. But I do now.
Yeah, you're desperate for somebody to get a hold of you. You need to hear that
Does anybody
quack.
want to talk to me?
Attention whore. There you go. That's the fact. Coming up here in 7 minutes, we talked about this story, I guess a few weeks ago now, where the Downers Grove teacher that was accused and arrested for an inappropriate relationship with a student, sexual relationship, she appeared in court today. Wait till you hear about how she showed up in court and what she said when she got to court. Getting ready for trial. We'll have that for you in just about 6 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Usually this time we do sports, but no. What a great morning it is. We're gonna punt on sports. See what I did there? We're gonna punt on it because Portillo's has launched breakfast today for the first time in its 62-year history. A half hour ago, they opened for breakfast, and we sent Josie from the show over to get it at the South Loop location. So there's 4 other locations, by the way. Let's get that out there first. The Elmhurst, Tinley Park, Shorewood, and Niles, those addresses have breakfast this morning. So not all locations. Just make sure you know that when you're getting out the door this morning. And we have, let's see here, what did we order? We had everything on the breakfast part of the menu. You can get an Italian beef in the morning. You can get some of their classics all morning long, too. But we got 3 egg Polish and cheeses, 3 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants, 3 chocolate cake shake donuts in partnership with Stan's Donuts. I believe they help make that.
God bless America.
A loaded scramble, hash brown bites, and me and Case both wanted large Cokes, too, in the morning. Because Kenzie.
That's like a song.
Now, rookie mistake here from Josie.
Mm-hmm.
God, you can't get good help anymore.
No one wants to work these days.
You know, classic Gen Zer move here.
Oh, jeez.
She got the hash brown bites, and all I was looking forward to in the picture was dunking them in the cheese that you dunk the fries in, the cheese fries in. She didn't get cheese to dunk the
No, you
hash
should
brown.
have heard Brian very obnoxiously look for the cup of cheese during the break. He goes, I don't see cheese. Josie, did these come with cheese? I feel like we give you enough money for cheese. It was a very condescending question.
We gave her $80.
And no cheese.
No cheese.
It was under 50. And, I think, when you're on the spot there, you learn the improv and go, can you make sure there's cheese with the hash browns?
I've got another $30 here. I'm sure the cheese doesn't cost $30.
What else you got for $30?
Just give me something. Now, I want to point out, Felix just texted in. First-time texter. I love that this is his first text. He asked how long the line was at the South Loop Portillo's. That's the one on Canal Street. According to Josie, no line. You can go right in, get your breakfast, still make it to work. I know. Some people just don't get it.
Yeah, really? Because I don't understand that. Now, it is a South Loop location. My guess would be the suburb locations are going to be more crowded.
I would think so. If anybody's at a Portillo's right now, please let us know how crowded it is.
Yeah, check in 312-591-8300. So should we get to eating or what here?
We should.
Because this is a day I've been waiting for a long time. And this is the Polish egg and cheese. Look at how much egg is on this thing.
So you're going to try the Polish. Kenzie's going to try the bacon, egg, and cheese. I will take one for the team, and I'll go ahead and try the chocolate donut.
Oh, you're so brave.
I know.
I mean, this is ridiculous. There's so much egg and a good size, it's a half kind of sandwich of the Polish sausage, and the cheese melted perfectly. The bread texture feels great.
It looks like a sub.
It does.
Yeah, like a meatball sub.
There's so much cheese here, or egg here. All right. We all going to take a bite at the same time, or should I go first?
That's up to you, Brian. What do you want to do?
How about you just go first?
I'll go first. Okay.
That's nice.
Oh, my God. How can there be racism today?
I know.
Just today, Brian? That's nice.
First off, the scrambled eggs on it are just ridiculous. They're so good. Buttery, good texture. The Polish sausage itself, classic Portillo's Polish sausage. And, of course, the bread is so doughy and perfect. Okay, it's perfect. This is a perfect breakfast sandwich. I wouldn't do anything else to it. Except if I had cheese, I'd dunk cheese into it. More cheese.
Besides the whole cheese fiasco.
There's cheese on this, but I'd dunk more cheese on it.
By the way, we just got a text from someone who's only texted in one other time a year ago. Not a good look, Josie.
No line and no cheese.
A lot of people want to be a part of the show,
Yeah, a lot of positions opening up very soon.
All right, Kenzie, you go next with the bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh, my God, this is so
Now, I'd like to
good.
point out, as Brian listed 3 of everything, because someone's like, why didn't Kenzie pay? And I'm like, I don't know, mind your business, bitch. But it was mainly because...
Hold on, before you answer, remember that whoever texted that, mind your business, bitch.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
Case actually didn't pay either because it only cost about $50, and Case got his 20 back. So can it. Also, you know how Brian's like, 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of this. I'm still on my calorie deficit from our beginning of the year weight loss challenge. I am.
Kenzie's on that very healthy 10 calories a day diet. We're not at all worried for her.
It's 1,200. I've been dizzy for months. So you start to get used to it, though, which is good.
That's nice.
So I won't be eating all this, but I am going to have a bite of the Sammy.
Yeah, take a sample. Go ahead there.
Take a little nibble.
Okay. So I have the little bacon, egg, and cheese. It's on a croissant, which I love. Very buttery. Just texture-wise from the beginning, it's nice and flaky. I love that. Sometimes when you get a breakfast sandwich, how they're really all squished and smashed together. There's some height to this bad boy. We love to see it, okay? So hold on. Hold on. That's good. That's fresh. First off, I don't think I've had buttery bread in a couple months, so that's good right there. That packs a punch.
Is your stomach rejecting it, the buttery bread?
No, it's accepting it with
Okay,
a hug.
good. Good news. Good news.
It feels nice. It feels like a kid getting a teddy bear for the first
Yep.
time. I love the bacon, okay? Because it's like I like when I can see the bacon outside of the sandwich. That's important to me. So they're nice, long, good pieces. They're thick, not like crumbly. You know when your bacon turns to dust, but not chewy. It's that perfect right in the middle. The eggs are very fluffy, as you mentioned, Brian. And I like
Super.
cheese a lot. I have a cheese problem. It's why we got here in the first place, okay, with the whole diet. There's a good amount of cheese on here. It's the right amount. It helps make the sandwich not dry. I'm very happy with this.
Good. And to make a point, we already got texts coming in asking very legitimate questions. What kind of cheese is on the sandwich? Is it the nacho cheese for the fries or a slice of cheese? It's a slice of cheese. I just wanted nacho cheese to dunk additionally for the hash browns and for the sandwich because why not?
Common misconception.
This is America. It's Chicago. That's what you're supposed to do. Again, Josie, we'll talk after the show. Just block out about a half hour if you can. And close the door when you come in. Case, what are you going to do?
I've got the donut. I've got the Stan's Portillo's donut, chocolate donut. Now,
Hold that in the air. Let me look at you.
yeah,
Good look at that.
take a look at this. Now, I know despite my large round shape, you would think I'm a big chocolate guy. I'm actually not a huge chocolate guy, but I will take one for the team.
Ooh, look at that drizzle. Oh,
That's what
I
I
just
want
to smell it. Oh my God. It
I will
smells
say
good.
this. I just picked up one. Case is going to eat it, but it's got girth. It's
got
heavy.
weight. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Is
heavy.
that heavy?
Yeah.
It looks, You know, it almost looks like one of those flowers cakes, like when they're like that dense chocolate, and I mean that in a great way.
Yeah.
This is the type of thing, if you were going to exercise, hypothetically, you could put this on the end of the bar, and you could actually do a deadlift with this, and there would be some weight to it.
Case is holding it with both hands for reference. I've never seen somebody do that with a donut.
With 2 hands.
It looks like Simba. Like he's putting it up in the air right now.
All right, I'll take a bite. I'll do this.
Let's see it.
No sound with a donut bite.
I know.
No crunch.
Sorry. So, picture the happiest day of your life. There's donuts better than that.
Wow. Okay.
That's all. This is the best donut I've ever had. That's awesome.
So it's a chocolate cake donut.
Brian, you take a bite of the donut too. I want to live. I just want to feel it.
Chocolate.
You won't take
Everything
one
is
little
chocolate.
bite?
I just take a bite of the donut.
Isn't that awesome? Brian's eating the donut right now.
Yeah, I just want to see his reaction too.
So, you know the happiest day of your life?
It's better.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Klash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Here we go. Chance at Chicago Wolves tickets, all 5 of them for you for this Saturday's game against the Rockford Ice Hogs. You get a goalie bobblehead. It's Adopt a Dog Night from our great friends at Chicago Wolves. And Ian is going to be taking on Kenzie today. So let's go to Ian. Ahoy, Ian. What's going on in your life? Tell us something about yourself.
Well, I just bought a place in Zion, and I there's an above-ground pool in the backyard that kind of looks like a swamp. So at this point, I've drained it all down. I'm trying to tear it apart and give it away on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh wow,
That's
I'm busy right now.
Wait, let me get.
That's about it.
Wait, let's slow down here for a second.
We've got some questions.
You're taking down an above-ground pool at 7:24 in the morning that I'm putting up on Facebook Marketplace. Was it? It looks just janky, or you can't clean it and keep using it?
It's just been run down. It's like the previous owners haven't probably used it in about 5 or 10 years, and there's no way in hell I'm going to try to get it going again, try to clean it out and shock it. I probably only jump in there a couple of times a year, so I'm just trying to get rid of it since spring, and I figure I can get rid of it now and try to expose the ground underneath to try to get some growth.
Yeah. What price are you going to put on that? I'm wondering.
Honestly, no, it's free. It's whoever wants to come grab it, and maybe somebody can help me get the liner out if they want to keep the liner, because the thing holds water, but it's just, it's not, for me, it's not worth keeping around. So I'm slowly breaking it down, taking the heater off, taking the pump apart, trying to pull that apart, and then taking all the components, that make the whole pool the pool. And the first step was just getting rid of all the water, and luckily I have a retention.
All right, we don't need to go through all the steps.
Brian, this is what a real man sounds like. You hear this?
You're damn right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, honey, go tear down the pool. That's what I want to be able to ask my man.
Now, you know what I would have done if this was in my yard and I bought this? It's karate time. I'm going to kick and karate this thing down. There's no way would I have the patience to take this thing apart piece by piece and then put it up on Facebook Marketplace. I'd invite a couple friends over, get a case of Miller Lite. And
You honestly think
we are going to karate this thing to death.
It would take a lot more than just a case of Miller Lite. Honestly, the cost to throw all that stuff away is pretty expensive. So I figure if I can get people to come over and just say, yeah, I'll take it and try to use it myself, then that's probably a lot easier than trying to find a dump or load it up in something.
You have to understand, Brian never thinks of the next thing ever. So the fact of I'm gonna completely demolish this, he would have never been like, "Oh, it's expensive to get people to throw this away." I didn't know that.
Clean the whole mess up. Yeah, now I have to clean up the mess and figure out where to throw it away. That thing is. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a kiddie pool. It's like a 21.
I understand. I was an above ground pool guy.
I was too.
We did not have an in ground pool where I grew up. So, wow. Yeah. And by the way, when you're done, you just burn all that stuff. I know it probably puts toxic chemicals.
Oh my God, you're not allowed to do that.
All right, let's get to the game here. By the way, A quarter yesterday went under the console, the quarter that we use, and I still haven't been able to retrieve it. I got to get an engineer, another quarter, to move it. So thank God Josie went to Portillo's for the breakfast because she brought back change and gave me all the change, even though I said keep the change. And I have a quarter from Portillo's to do here right now.
I was just going to ask if you were able to get our quarter. So you
No,
weren't.
and I got to get it because that's the expensive, like $5,000 quarter it's worth.
I know.
It's underneath the console right now.
Okay, anyways, let's flip the coin, Brian.
Ian, remember, if Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. First one to 5 wins. Call heads or tails, Ian.
Tails never fails, huh?
It doesn't fail either here. It is tails. So here we go, Ian. Question number 1. In a race, if you pass the person in second place, what place are you in?
You're in second place.
Oh, boy, I couldn't get him on that one.
Ah.
Oh. Okay, Kenzie. Only one word is spelled incorrectly in the dictionary. What word is that?
Wait, what?
Only one word is spelled incorrectly in the dictionary. What word is that?
Incorrectly?
I couldn't get her either, dang
What are
it.
you guys doing? Is this all riddles?
There's the only 2 riddles.
Is this whole thing riddles?
This is, man.
Okay, we're doing. Is this a riddle
Hey,
thing
that
now?
was the last riddle. That's the last riddle.
Okay,
Hey,
Case.
this guy's
you
terrible.
eat a box of popsicles yesterday? What happened?
This guy's tearing down a pool. He has to do riddles to get this thing.
All right, 1-1 is back to Ian.
Ian, in sports, what does MVP stand for?
Most valuable player.
That's right. Were you ever that in school? You ever play sports and get an MVP trophy?
What
No,
does that mean?
I'm honestly not a sportsman. I don't do much sports, so I was really nervous about any sports question that you were going to ask me. And the fact that you just asked me that question is kind of a relief because that's pretty easy to me. But other than that, if you're asking me about any teams or any players, I'm
Oh,
screwed.
good. Oh, what sports
I
questions are on
shouldn't
there?
have said that, but go ahead.
All right, Kenzie,
Yeah.
a sports girl. In football, what yard line does the red zone begin at? When they say you're in the red
Oh.
zone.
I'm stuck between 2 numbers,
Okay?
and I'm toddling.
You toddle away. Give me an answer. One of them.
I think it's 20.
It is the 20-yard
Oh,
line.
I didn't know if it
Good
was
job.
20 or 10. I was
Yeah.
nervous.
She's going to get that wrong because I knew that one too.
Yeah. So, turns out you're a sports guy. Who knew?
MVP red zone
No,
Ian
not
as
really.
well. 2-2 back to Ian.
Ian, which day is known as the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere? What day is that? What's it called?
Summer solstice?
It is,
I'm not sure.
it is the summer solstice. Good job, Ian.
Nice. Nice.
Kenzie, what sitcom made the phrase yada, yada, yada famous?
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld is right. We got a 3-3 ball game. Is that right, Case? Am I right on the score there with a lot of the sidetracks here?
You're good. 3-3 back to Ian.
Ian, how are students sorted into their houses in Harry Potter? How are they sorted?
How are what sorted in Harry Potter?
The students? How are students sorted into their houses in Harry Potter?
I'm not a Harry Potter person. I have no idea. So how are they sorted? By age?
It's not age. Kenzie probably knows this being a Harry Potter person.
The sorting hat.
The sorting hat, which I don't know if that hat's that thing on Michigan Avenue that's the Harry Potter exhibit that's there right now.
It's
I think it
the
should be
only
by
hat that talks.
If there's a talking hat over there, I'm going to the Harry
Gosh.
Potter thing. All right, does it mean Kenzie can win with this?
Kenzie can win with this one 4-3, and it's back to Kenzie. She is ahead. She can win.
Kenzie, botany is the scientific study of what? Botany. They're so frustrated.
I'm thinking of like.
Give me an answer. 3,
Well, I think it's
2.
like plants.
Yes, it's plants. Like the last
How do you guys
second.
stress me out? God.
I was gonna say farming, agriculture, or something like that. But I'm not sure the right.
I know. I thought plants was too basic. I'm like, it's not like plants, but it's like plants.
Is it
Yeah,
plants?
it's like planting. Planting will probably work.
Well, I'm sorry, Ian. You did not win the tickets.
No, don't worry about it. I really didn't want to go to the Wolves game anyway, but I would have brought people if I did win. However, it was cool to do trivia because every time I listen to you guys in the morning, I'm always nailing the questions, except for sometimes like the Harry Potter ones, the sports ones I can't get. But
That makes sense.
other than that, it was a blast. It's been fun.
All right,
I
go.
really like him.
There's something about him.
Yeah.
I know. He's got that pizzazz.
Please give us a call tomorrow at this time, not to play trivia for the Wolves tickets. You clearly don't want them. But to let us know how the pool situation's going.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know what? How about this? I'll give you a call in a week because I put the post up over the weekend on Friday, and it got blown up on Marketplace, and I realized this is going to take me a solid week to break down and get apart. So, like last night I went in there and finished, a few other things, but how about this? How about I call you guys next Monday and let you know how it's going?
Yeah, we would love that.
Being the pool guy.
Why don't I give you my home number, and you can call me, and we'll talk after the show a little bit.
If you really want to, but
Yeah.
send it over.
Not interested in Wolves tickets or my home number.
Nah,
Got it,
he's a
Ian.
busy guy.
Ian, you have a stellar day, man. We love you, brother. So here's what we're going to do. Ian's the best. I love this guy.
Today's been a good day.
We're getting a pool update at 7 on Monday.
I could, that's like one of your friends that's a no closer. And you just keep, oh, no, you got this going on here.
That's what happens when I talk to Brian Phillips, history of alternative. All of a sudden, 3 hours of my day are gone.
Oh, I love that guy. I love that dude.
God bless the baby.
312-591-8300. Everybody who wants to go to the Wolves game can call. You're going to get 5 tickets for that game this Saturday. And you're also going to be an Adopt a Dog night. You get a bobblehead for the goalie if you get there early enough, furnished by our great friends at Chicago Wolves and Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Coming up here in 3 minutes, there's a new law in Illinois. If you like to have fun, well, get ready. The fun's over. And we'll tell you what this law is about in 3 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, about 5 minutes away from a Smashing Pumpkins song scramble. You figure it out. Basically, it is 3 songs, flipped it, reversed it, and very short. If you figure it out, the songs in order, you are going to the Lyric Opera House for Billy Corgan, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness Night at the Lyric Opera House. It'll be unique, historic, special for every Pumpkins fan. Every Chicagoan should want to see this, to be honest. And that's coming up in about 5 minutes. But first, Monumental Day is the all-female space crew went up yesterday. Katy Perry, Gayle King, all the scientists. Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, sent all his girls and her friends into space, which I never thought would happen. You know, when I was a kid, I was a huge space nerd, and I still am a big space nerd, and I dreamed of the day that civilians would go into space and I could go and get there. I didn't foresee that poor people couldn't go. Because you know what I mean? Or even
Because you're poor. Well, it sucks.
That's right. Or the middle class, let's say. Even the middle class couldn't go. I didn't perceive that it was going to look like this. I thought it'd be, I don't know.
Men.
Cooler. Well, men. I did think men. Right.
Not these skirts.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
These broads going up, you know.
What is this, beginning to a porno?
Broads in space. That sounds like an awesome movie.
Broads in space playing the 3rd stage at Riot Fest. A little early
That's right. Yeah,
note for
early
you
in the
there.
day.
In a couple weeks, we'll have the full lineup for Riot Fest. But it was fascinating to watch some of it. Gayle King getting off of the jet coming in looked like just she'd been through a washing machine.
It's very annoying as a woman to watch this. There's a few women who should have been on there, like Aisha Bowe is an actual engineer. She's an aerospace engineer. Okay, that tracks. That sounds like you should be on the ship. But this whole it's supposed to be inspiring to us because a bunch of rich women are writing on it and then acted, and they all had mission statements. Like Lauren Sanchez, so Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, her flight goal was to inspire kids who learn differently to reach for the stars.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think she's a fitness instructor.
I don't know.
What do you didn't build the aircraft? What are you talking? Reach for the stars, date a billionaire? That's true. I mean, that's a different life goal, and I get it.
And you wanted that.
Yeah.
She's living your dream when
But
you think about it.
be blunt about it. I'm trying to inspire people to date billionaires because look what you could do. You could go to space. Katy Perry.
That would be Kenzie's mission statement, by the way.
Yeah.
Date a billionaire
Right.
so you can go to
So
space.
be for real about it. Be like, look at the opportunities. Stop dating broke men. If that's what you want to say, then say that. Don't pretend that you've studied and learned and trained and now you're going to space. That's annoying. And then Katy Perry.
Oh boy!
Hold on, before you go there.
on.
I'm writing these down for Harper when she's old enough.
Oh.
Stop dating broke men.
Yes.
Marry a billionaire and go to space. Got it.
Like, that's what her mission statement should have been, and that would have been more appropriate.
What do you think she meant by to inspire kids that quote learn differently?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
They
think-
don't like the traditional school system. I don't know.
Because if you're dyslexic, you can still go to space.
Right, that's not one of the things.
No, you can't. Can't get there. You'll go the wrong way. You'll go to the ocean, the bottom of the ocean.
But I just don't know what that has to do.
Listen. Hold on. That's a joke as someone that has dyslexic problems. That's me. I can make that joke. My
And a
whole
lot
life,
of other problems.
I got a lot of problems.
But you
Her
can play the
mission
dyslexia
statement was
card.
for you.
Growing up, my last name is Haddad. I wrote my D's as B's. I wrote my name Brian backwards. I had a lot of dyslexia problems. You know what they did? They just passed me along.
No, boy.
They didn't help anybody like they do today.
Right after you walked up the hill both ways to school, drank from the hose, played in the yard without shoes, etc., etc.
Made a dirt bike ramp.
Yeah, well, that was just badass.
I did all those things. So I just want to qualify that I have
And I would like to
problems and I
say-
can say that.
She's anybody's, it's great if you want to help. I don't understand exactly because she wasn't specific, but kids who learn differently. I don't know what you going to space because your boyfriend's a billionaire has to do with that and what that's supposed to do for those kids. It's very confusing. Katy Perry said items you're bringing into space. She said bracelets for the kids at the Firework Foundation. So I'm like, so you're just going to bring the bracelets up there and bring them back down and then hand out bracelets?
Well, that's a nice charity she has, but she should have brought one of the kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would have been really nice if you brought one of your
she's
kids.
like, well, obviously I'm not going to give them the opportunity. I'm just going to be rich and go on it. And then she kisses the ground
Well, let me-
after floating in the atmosphere for 5 minutes as if she orbited and studied and lived up there for a year. It was so bad, and it's such bad press for women, and it's so annoying.
Well, let me continue by playing Katy Perry when she got to the ground and what she said to reporters getting out of the spacecraft and getting back to Earth. Here's Katy Perry.
It is the highest high, and it is surrender to the unknown, trust, and this whole journey is not
it's a
just
journey.
about going to space. It's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like up there with all the, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey. And then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure. And you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like,
The reporter.
This is so embarrassing. It's such bad press for women, and it's so embarrassing.
Hey, by the way, Kenzie, you're such a badass.
Yeah, you're
Oh
a
my
badass.
God, you're such a badass for riding on the plane. Like, that is so effing embarrassing. Like, Aisha Bowe, aerospace engineer on the plane. She could be like, yes, this was a huge journey. This is the process I took. It's about finding yourself. It was not about finding yours. It wasn't. It literally wasn't.
it
To
clearly
compare
was-
space travel to meditation is absolutely insane.
It clearly was a journey. Remember that, I think it was a Miss Teen USA, that speech she gave where she was like, actually,
the beauty pageant. Yeah.
That's what she sounded like.
It reminded me, while you look for that,
Oh.
of in The Office when Michael Scott says, sometimes I start a sentence and I don't even know where I'm going with it. I just try to finish it.
Here's that Miss Teen USA, oh, here we go.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much.
That was Mario Lopez who was interviewing her, too. Oh, Lord. Well, there we go. Let's get to the song scramble because this is your chance to get to see the Smashing Pumpkins, to Billy Corrigan, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness at the Lyric Opera House.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.